Purpose Rwanda as an idea is rooted in the belief and commitment of saving and transforming lives that leads to positive, purposeful, and addiction-free generation. With its various benefits, which are healthy population, active citizens engaged in productive activities that enhance increase in income levels, investment and savings, reduction in poverty levels, peace within an individual, the family, and the community. Drugs, alcohol, and sex addictions undermine human values and aspirations, resulting into undesirable consequences including mental health crisis, school dropouts, early and unwanted pregnancies, rising crime rates, increasing number of delinquents, poverty, and avoidable death, as this should be prevented from causing all this harm. Purpose Rwanda Show at KC2 aims at fighting addictions, supporting discovery and growth of life purposes towards the realization of self-sufficiency. Follow this show on KC2 every Saturday at 7 p.m. with Adams Quizia. Well, it's always a pleasure to be having you here on KC2. As always, I'm Adam Squeezer and this is Purpose Rwanda Show for a purposeful and addiction-free Rwanda. We're talking about addiction-free and purposeful generation, which we want to build in our society, to build in our Rwanda we want. And today, I'm joined by Diana Omurungi. She's not her first time to be with us in Purpose Rwanda shows and other related programs of Purpose Rwanda. You are very welcome, Diana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Adam, for having me. I'm always delighted to be here in the studios. Yeah. Thank you.
I was talking about that this is not your first time to be with us here in Purpose Rwanda show. But for a person who is watching for his or her first time, this Purpose Rwanda show with Diana Omurungi, who is our today's guest. Who is Diana Omurungi?
Diana Omurungi is someone who wears different hats, but I want to pinpoint on the hat of public speaking and motivational speaker. So each time I get a few moments, I have to speak to girls and boys, motivating them. So I'm a motivational speaker, especially with this Purpose Rwanda. Yeah. Thank you.
We are also very delighted to be hosting a motivation speaker.
Thank you.
And I think this will be a very good time to reiterate on this topic we are having with her, which is nurturing a purpose-driven young woman and safeguarding her from the dangers of addiction. I think we go through it with Diana, who is, she told us that she's a motivation speaker, and I think she will elaborate much on the questions we have today. So, starting, how can we nurture a purpose-driven young women and protect them from the dangers of addiction? We're talking about drawing from your own experiences during your teenage back in the days.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me begin by giving it a foundation, or laying the foundation that parents cannot nurture a purposeful youth or a purposeful girl or a boy without nurturing themselves. Yeah. Parents have to begin with themselves. They have to mind about their behavior. They mind about how they talk. They mind about what they do. Because generally parents, we are the packages. We are the packages and our children are the content. What we package is what we give to our children, sure, to our youth. So that means that we parents have to ensure that we are nurturing our children to the behavior that we want them to have, to the goals of their lives. But we're starting from us. Then number two, having moved from us, then we're looking at how do I help my kids now to not be to not take ways of going to the addictions. There are a lot of addictions. There is a substance abuse, which means alcohol and other substances. There's also addictions of social media.
Yeah,
all these
absolutely.
things. Yes, all these things are addictions. So how do you prevent that from your children, from raise children who are not addicted to those kind of things? First of all, the parents have to create a bond with their children. When we look at what is happening in our generation, in what is happening right now, there's a very big gap between parents and children.
Yeah.
Everyone will say, I know more. Children will say, the youth. We're talking, when we say of children, we're talking of the youth. So children will say, okay, I know more. My parents cannot tell me. I know
cannot
more.
advise me anything.
Yes, you can't advise me because you don't know nothing anyway. So, and parents, they will say, okay, I know more. What you're doing is wrong. So the effective way of nurturing our children from addictions is the creation of that bond, and then there's a collaboration. Have that collaboration with your children. If you're going to plan something, let them get involved, and then talk to them and tell them the advantages and disadvantages of not collaborating, both of you as parents and also children. And let them be aware that all you wish for them is for good future, is for the good of themselves.
Yeah.
And then the children also should learn to listen to their parents, because parents have been children too. They have been in that youth, the youth phase, the youthhood. So they have to have that collaboration and accept the collaboration. Yes.
Well, you talked it very in a very brief way and understandable. But my question, as a parent with that wealth experience in various fields and empowerment of projects in girls and women, what difference do you observe in nurturing young women, especially here in our country today, so they can help them to lead their purposeful lives? Because now we are talking about purposeful generation, purposeful youth.
Yes. Okay, maybe the difference between...
Here I will want you to compare it to
my generation.
To your generation when you were young and even today's generation.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Okay, my generation was like the crime goes with a punishment. The crime went with a punishment.
Yeah.
If I did something wrong or per se different from what parents expected me, that was a punishment, full time, no negotiations.
I know.
Yeah. In fact, some of us were beaten in advance, thinking that you're probably going to do something wrong, so I'll beat you even before you step out.
Before you even think about it, I will.
So you kept some canes in advance. Yeah. So which is different from now? Nowadays, there's a lot of rights for the children. There's a lot of confidence in the children.
Yeah.
There's a lot of educative things in a positive way and negative ways.
Yeah.
So children or youth, they know their rights. And because of that, we think that the way we were raised is the way we are going to raise our children, which is totally wrong. Which means that if, for instance, my children, I will have to negotiate with them. Then I have to talk to them effectively. I sit with them. I say, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. If you do this, you will end up this. This is bad, this is good, and this is it. But in my generation, there was no table negotiation. So if we avoid that negotiation with kids, it means that they will do something, they will hide.
Yeah.
They will hide whatever they do. They go in their rooms. Once you call them, let's say, this is food time. They'll tell you, oh, mommy, dad, we are busy. Okay, we are eating later. We are not hungry, stuff like that. So if you do not create that collaboration, that the goals at home, let me mention this thing of goal. One of the things that we have to understand is we are in digital times. Where everyone thinks about goals. I'm setting goals and I'm going to achieve these goals. So homes also should be led by that. Have some goals at home and let everyone be accountable.
Sure.
If we say, okay, this is our dinner time and everyone has to be home at this time. And then we have to sit at the table, all of us, let's catch up with each other. And that's a goal. They know, and they'll come home knowing that by 9 o'clock we all have to be at the dinner table. Through that way, and then you are creating that bond, you will start talking to kids, and then they will grow knowing that there are some things, wrong things and right things here and there and there and there. So, but then if we try to keep it the way we were raised and we were groomed, it will be wrong. Then we have to help our kids put their goals. The goals of the youth today is to perform well in class, and then to have a future career, and then to think about where after. Yes.
You talked about digital era, which we are even diving into and sometimes it is even identified as one of the challenges many of the youth, this generation is facing the negative use of this digital era we are in. Apart from those, from this, what do you think are the challenges the youth are facing nowadays, which can even be protected from them to drug into various risks such as drug abuse, alcohol consumption, sex addiction?
Okay, thank you so much, Adam. One of the biggest challenges we have now is social media. Social media with our children, because we have a generation that cannot live without social media, without digital, without.
Absolutely. Not only at this generation.
Yes.
Even you can't.
Yes.
Spend some hours without having a phone and look what will happen.
The difference is with me. There are some websites, of course, I cannot do. I can't do as a parent, as someone. I mean, I'll go to the website that I know that are useful for me. The rest do not concern me. So the social media is like a hole. They just pour everything, and within that, you have to choose what is useful for you. But then, because these kids are still young and they still vibe, they're still, they're just they're just waking up to life. Oh, life is so sweet. I have access to everything. So they don't know how to select what is positively impacting them. They select everything, and they swallow, they consume. So the best way to prevent that is when your children are asking you, now maybe I'm talking of children, maybe 14 years and below. When they are asking you, or when they are using digital computers, in most cases they are doing research work at school. From school, they are doing, from there, of course, they will research more other things, because you hear some questions that you even don't know, because they got them on the internet. So the best way is to monitor them, monitor on what they are searching. You have to put the mechanisms that you have to keep monitoring them. You don't have to throw them the computer, because you have money, because you have all this equipment, they can use everything. No. Know the websites that they are watching or they are searching, and then like I said before, and then sit with them, help them where they have issues, if you have that capacity, like education skills and stuff like that, that way. And then be open, talk to them that being addicted to these things will not take you anywhere. Because every family, I think in one society, every family has got a neighbor or a friend or an uncle or an aunt who is addicted to maybe alcohol. Let me talk of alcohol. And when we look at them, they are not role models. They have failed because they have followed these things. They have addicted. They have been addicted to this stuff. So the same thing to social media.
Yeah.
Well, when you are a young person, a youth, a girl, a boy, and then you are overtaking this social media stuff, then you know that you're putting yourself in danger.
Yeah.
Because from there you're not following your goals. Your goals should be that you are beautiful, you are purposeful for this world. You have to live it the best way you found it. And how do you achieve that? Is by reading, it's by working hard, it's by finishing your tasks, whatever it is that you have been given by elders or school or whatever, and then have a focus of your life. Yeah, because our life, we live our life once, and once it is wasted, it will never come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, these social media platforms have some people who are so-called influencers,
Yeah.
if I can say it like that. And today, our topic, we are talking about safeguarding, I mean, the girls, specifically women. And those influencers, you find later on, they are influencing those girls. They are flexing with, sometimes those flex with fake life. And you found that teen girl is trying to engage with that fancy life and wants to live in it. What would be your advice as an elder, as a motivation speaker, to our teeny girls and as well as even other girls out there who are watching today's Purposeful on the show? Specifically, let's talk on this point of social media.
Yeah. Okay, what I want to tell young girls is that with that whole pressure, with that whole shining, in reality, it's not the way it is.
Yeah.
So try to be yourself, try to be authentic to yourself, try to do what is meaningful to you, and try to do what your parents have taught you. I know that many parents have spoken, they have taught you this and bad and good. So first of all, apply to what parents taught you, and secondly, be authentic to yourself. Ask yourself, is this what I want? Is this who I want to be? What about if I'm influenced to drink by peer pressure, maybe that we're going to sleep
of course,
out,
that's
drink,
why you find most of them are trying to do, peer pressure sometimes, not, even most of the times kills many.
Yes.
And like, what do you think should be done for this? Because it's a very sensitive thing. You find even our youth, our girls, teen girls, needs to understand.
Focus. What I say is be authentic. Once you're authentic, you find yourself, and then you set goals for your life, and then you go achieve those goals. Those goals, you find that those goals will help you to be somebody bigger than who you are today, and then to achieve more. But if you keep focusing on what they're telling you, sometimes it's far beyond you, and you're trying to suit or to stand in someone's shoe, which is not yours, and it will always hurt you.
But sometimes
Definitely.
She finds that she's maybe that person is an inspirer. She wants to follow up.
Yeah, I know. You may want to follow, but then what I tell you is pick what is good and leave what is bad. Pick what you think can work for you, and then leave what the rest that you feel that you cannot fit. because someone who will tell you that in order to be somebody, it's because you have to have a sexual partner in this at this age and stuff like this, and you have to go and drink on alcohol like the rest of your colleagues or your schoolmates, and think about it. Think about it before you do. Be authentic to yourself. Yeah. So not every shining thing is best for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because now we're looking at growing your career, being someone that is very useful to the society, and you can never be that somebody when you're destroying your life with addictions, with purposeless life. You have to be purposeful, whatever you're doing, because you're the future. And the future is all open. It's up to you to make it what you want.
Yeah. I always ask this question to some of my guests here in Purposeful on the show. You talked about you should think about what you are going to do. Think twice, in brief. But what should this teen girl, this young woman who is there in her 20s, 22, 18 age, should do when she's choosing the right person, to follow? Someone who inspires her in her daily life. What do you think are the tips when that girl should follow when she's choosing someone who will inspire her in her daily life, someone who she would follow?
The role model.
The role model.
Yeah, the role model. Okay, let me take it that way. What I would do is to know or to acknowledge someone who is above me in terms of education, in terms of achievement, in terms of impact. We're not looking at just as an individual. When you're choosing for a role model, you have to look. That's someone who is I wanted to say well behaved, but not necessarily that, but someone who has achieved something, someone who has a name, someone that you can learn to. If I say I want these skills, someone who can teach you not only face to face, but someone you can look at TV and say, okay, hey, that person, when she speaks or when he speaks, there's something I learned from that person. So a role model should be someone who's achiever, someone who has impact on other people's, positively impacted other people's lives. A role model should be someone even close. Like you may say, if I need to talk to this person, I can easily go and speak to this person. But it doesn't mean that even that one you cannot speak to. But because it's impactful to the society, to the community, you always see what he or she has done, and you know, you have your mind has to have the person that at least is above you, and if you chose that person, will impact you positively to further your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know sometimes there is this thing of generational conflicts. I think you know that, but in due to prevent that, what do you think are the approaches parents can use to protect their daughters from those crunches of addiction, and also support them to become purposeful young women, the purposeful youth we are talking about? Okay,
the purposeful. Okay, like I started saying, the intergenerational conflicts, of course, are always there, because one say this is right, another one says, okay, this is wrong, this is right, and stuff like that.
This is how it should be done.
Yeah, this is how it should be done. Everyone wants to direct the other. So for the purposeful girl should know that the best way to live in this world, it's like having an open paper. Maybe if I use this one, that a paper open like this, empty, and then they give it to you as young girl. Say, you write, feel it, what you want to be. The purposeful girl is someone with goals in life, and then should be someone with ready to follow those goals in life. And then you write to name it: education, career, good friends, and you're painting on this paper. Yeah. And once you paint on this paper is full, then you know you have to follow it, because when you have a goal, you have to achieve it. Absolutely. And you have to go for it.
Then, before concluding, it was a very good time to have you, today's show. But one more question before concluding. It's not even a question. What will be your closing message to our young women who are watching this show of Purpose Rwanda?
Okay, you young women, you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you, especially with our country, Rwanda. I want to thank our President and our First Lady, Madame Jeannette Kagame, for opening this door for young ladies. And I know that there's a lot of initiatives that help young girls to achieve higher. So this opportunity is not for, the opportunities available in the country, they are not for someone else, they are for you. They are for you. Just prepare yourself, just walk in that shoe, just be authentic to yourself, do not be lied about, just be authentic to yourself, set yourself, and then go achieve it, because you're an achiever. You can achieve it. You can be who you want to be. The world is waiting for you. But you can only achieve that when you are open to it, and you can be a competitive person to it. So go for it. There's an opportunity. There are many opportunities for you are waiting for you. Just go for it. Stay away from addictions. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from alcohol. Stay away from all social media that you get addicted. Social media being social media is not bad, but then stay away from being addicted. Yeah. So, that's what I can say.
A very hardcore message from Diana Umurundi, but I think they say for you who understands, you should understand. So I think our audience understands what such people, such motivations speakers say. So I would say thank you so much for kindly attending this show and honoring our invitation.
Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we even look forward to have you next time, because you have a very full package for our youth, for our sisters who are watching out there. I mean, we are very delighted to have you next time.
Thank you so much.
Are you there?
Thank you. I promise. I'm looking forward to being here again.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So as we conclude, for those who didn't have enough opportunities to watch our previous shows, you can dive into our social media platforms such as X, former Twitter, Instagram, and even YouTube. You can find Purpose Rwanda Show there. So I will say thank you for watching our today's episode, and we look forward to have you next Saturday, same hours, same place. And this is Kesito. I'm Adams Quizera. Purpose Rwanda as an idea is rooted in the belief and commitment of serving and transforming lives that leads to positive, purposeful, and addiction-free generation. With its various benefits, which are healthy population, active citizens engaged in productive activities that enhance increase in income levels, investment and savings, reduction in poverty levels, peace within an individual, the family, and the community. Drugs, alcohol, and sex addictions undermine human values and aspirations, resulting into undesirable consequences, including mental health crisis, school dropouts, early and unwanted pregnancies, rising crime rates, increasing number of delinquents, poverty, and avoidable death, as this should be prevented from causing all this harm. Purpose Rwanda Show at KC2 aims at fighting addictions, supporting discovery and growth of life purposes towards the realization of self-sufficiency. Follow this show on KC2 every Saturday at 7 p.m. with Adams Quizera.